Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine a pyramid. Not, a stone one, but more like a concept, a structure that really maps out what makes us tick as humans.
Hmm.
Today, we're diving deep into Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's this really influential psychological theory that Abraham Maslow came up with back in the mid-20th century.
Right.
He was trying to get at the heart of human motivation, what pushes us forward.
And what's fascinating, I think, is that Maslow wasn't just theorizing in a vacuum. He actually developed this by looking at people who seemed exceptionally fulfilled.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he wanted to categorize these sort of universal human needs into different levels. It gives us this framework, this lens, to understand why we do what we do and how our needs really shape our choices.
So our mission today, for you listening, is basically to give you a shortcut to getting really well informed on this. It's a foundational idea, but we want to explore maybe some nuances you haven't heard.
Exactly.
We'll look at how this drive for growth, for self-improvement, often means trying to satisfy these needs, kind of level by level.
From the real basics at the bottom,
Yeah, food, water.
all the way up to the more complex stuff at the peak.
Right. So let's start at the very bottom then. The foundation. This is where we find our physiological needs.
The absolute essentials.
And what's really key here, something maybe people gloss over, is just how fundamental Maslow saw these. We're talking breathing, food, water, sleep, shelter, basic survival.
Can't live without them.
Exactly. You just can't function. I mean, think about if you're truly starving or desperately thirsty, your whole world just shrinks, doesn't it?
Yeah, totally. Your focus narrows right down.
You're not worrying about making friends or chasing dreams until that primal need is met. It's like this powerful, almost instinctual pull.
And Maslow's core idea was that these have to be met first, generally speaking, before you can really even think about anything else.
Right. You got to have the basics covered.
Only then can we really consider moving up.
Okay. So once those physiological needs are, let's say, reasonably sorted,
Right.
what's next?
Well, then we start craving safety and security. It's a natural progression.
Right. It feels like a fundamental human thing deep down. We want to feel safe.
Definitely. And this isn't just about, avoiding immediate physical danger, though that's part of it.
Sure, locks on doors, feeling safe in your neighborhood.
Right. Security systems, daily precautions we take. But it's broader, too. It includes things like financial security.
Yeah, that makes sense. Stability.
Exactly. Stability, order in our lives, health security. Knowing you have a roof over your head, maybe a steady job, access to healthcare if you need it.
That gives you a kind of peace of mind, right?
Yeah.
Allows you to relax a bit, plan ahead.
It really does. Think about a time maybe you felt genuinely unsafe, like during a natural disaster maybe, or even something like losing a job unexpectedly.
Yeah, that feeling of the rug being pulled out.
Right. Suddenly, all your other worries just fade. Your main concern becomes finding safety, finding stability again for you and maybe your family.
That instinct is powerful.
Incredibly. And securing that environment is just crucial for our mental and emotional health, too. It lets us focus outwards.
Which leads us nicely up the pyramid. Once we feel basically safe and secure, what then?
Then comes love and belonging. Connection.
Ah, the social aspect. Makes sense. We're social creatures, right?
Absolutely. We thrive on connection. We have this deep need to feel loved, to feel accepted, to be part of a group, a community.
So this covers things like friendship.
Intimacy, family connections.
A sense of belonging somewhere, like with a team or a club.
Exactly. That feeling that you fit in, that you're part of something bigger than just yourself. When those lower needs are met, our energy naturally shifts towards building those bonds.
It feels essential for just emotional well-being.
It absolutely is. Without it, people can feel incredibly lonely, isolated, even if they have, material comfort. Maslow is quite concerned about that.
Okay, so we've got physiological, safety, love, and belonging. What's the next step up?
Next up is esteem needs. This is about feeling good about ourselves, feeling valued.
Right. Confidence, respect, that kind of thing.
Exactly. And Maslow actually split this into two parts, which I think is quite insightful.
Okay.
First, there's self-esteem.
Yeah.
That's your own sense of worth, your confidence in your abilities, how you see yourself, that internal feeling of competence.
Like believing in yourself?
Precisely. It's a really key driver. And then, second, there's the esteem from others.
Ah, so recognition from other people.
Yeah. Respect, appreciation, maybe status or recognition for your achievements.
Yeah.
Getting that external validation.
So both internal and external matter here.
They do. Though Maslow tended to think that genuine self-esteem, that internal sense, was maybe a more solid foundation than just relying on what others think.
That makes sense. Likes on social media might feel good, but maybe don't build deep confidence.
That's a very modern way of looking at it, but yeah, essentially, external praise is nice, but
Right.
true esteem often comes from achieving something you value, from mastering something.
So this need drives us to what? Achieve things, set goals.
Definitely. Yeah. To excel, overcome challenges, make a contribution, it's about feeling competent and being seen as competent.
And fulfilling this helps build, well, a more confident society, maybe.
You can say that. Understanding and meeting these esteem needs, both our own and recognizing them in others, is pretty vital for well-being.
Okay, fascinating. So after esteem, we reach the top, the peak of the pyramid.
That's right. The very top is self-actualization.
Self-actualization. Sounds big. What does that actually mean?
It's essentially the desire to become everything that you are capable of becoming, to fulfill your unique potential.
So becoming the best version of yourself.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
It's about living a life that feels purposeful, meaningful, maybe creative, using your talents and abilities to their fullest.
And that would look different for everyone, right?
Completely different. For one person, it might be, I don't know, mastering an art form. For another, raising a compassionate family. For someone else, scientific discovery or contributing to their community.
So it's not one size fits all.
Not at all. The core idea is identifying what's uniquely meaningful to you and living in a way that expresses that. It's about growth and fulfillment on your own terms.
Okay, that's the whole pyramid, base to peak. But you mentioned earlier it's not always a straight climb.
Right, and that's a really important point. While the pyramid is a super helpful model, we need to remember it's not like set in stone. Humans are messy, complex.
Life happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We don't always move neatly from one level to the next in a perfect line.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Think about someone who's maybe gone through a really traumatic experience. Even if they were previously focused on, say, career goals, esteem needs, they might suddenly find their need for safety and security becomes paramount again.
Right. They might need to rebuild that foundation first.
Or consider, like a really driven artist or entrepreneur, they might pour all their energy into their work, maybe sacrificing some social connections or even physical comfort for a time.
So prioritizing self-actualization in a way over belonging or even safety sometimes, temporarily perhaps. It shows the flexibility. So the question becomes, if it's not strictly linear, how do we use it?
Yeah, what's the practical takeaway?
Well, think of it more as a guide, maybe. A framework for understanding general tendencies and motivation, rather than a rigid rulebook. It shows what tends to be prioritized, but life circumstances and individual choices play a huge role.
That makes sense. It's a map, not necessarily the exact route everyone takes.
Well put. And another nuance Maslow talked about was balance.
Balance. How so?
He cautioned against getting stuck at extremes, like focusing only on accumulating wealth and possessions.
The material stuff.
Right. Or, on the flip side, focusing only on, say, spiritual pursuits while neglecting basic needs.
So don't just chase money, but also don't ignore your physical health while meditating all day.
Kinda, yeah. He saw that chasing status but having no real connections could lead to emptiness. Or ignoring your health or safety for some higher goal could obviously be detrimental.
So neglecting one level can impact the others. Absolutely. His message really was about a more holistic approach. True fulfillment, he thought, comes from paying attention to all of our needs, finding a kind of harmony between them.
Okay, so bringing this all together, why should someone listening really care about this pyramid? How can understanding it actually help in daily life?
Well, I think it can be a really powerful tool for self-reflection.
How?
It gives you a framework to check in with yourself, to identify areas in your life that might need a bit more attention, maybe areas that are causing stress or dissatisfaction.
Okay, how?
For instance, if you find yourself feeling constantly stressed or anxious, maybe just a background hum of worry.
Yeah.
Using this model, you might ask, okay, is my need for safety and security really being met? Maybe it's job insecurity, financial worries, or even just feeling unsafe in your environment.
So it helps you pinpoint the potential root cause.
Exactly. Or say you're feeling lonely or disconnected, despite having people around.
Yeah.
That might point towards your love and belonging needs. Maybe you need deeper connections, not just more acquaintances.
So you can use it to understand your own feelings and motivations better.
Precisely. It's a lens for self-awareness.
Hmm.
By figuring out which level might feel a bit shaky or unmet, you can think about what small steps you could take to strengthen that area.
It sounds like a practical way to guide personal growth.
I think it can be, yeah. It helps you understand yourself, your drives, and maybe what's holding you back, leading to more intentional choices about your well-being.
So we've journeyed all the way up Maslow's pyramid today, from those absolute basic physiological needs,
Survival stuff.
through safety, then love and belonging, up to esteem,
Feeling good about yourself and respected.
and finally, reaching that peak of self-actualization, becoming your best self.
Fulfilling your potential.
And we've seen it's maybe less of a rigid ladder and more of a dynamic guide, reflecting how complex we really are.
Yeah, I think this deep dive really offers some profound insights into what makes us human, what motivates us. It encourages that more holistic view of well-being we talked about.
It's about seeing the whole picture, not just one piece.
Exactly. A rich life usually involves tending to all these different layers.
So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. As you think about your own life, your own journey, maybe ask yourself, which level of this pyramid feels like it needs your attention the most right now?
Where's the energy needed?
Yeah. And what's one small intentional step you could possibly take, maybe something simple, to strengthen that foundation for your overall well-being, something to ponder?